So I'm happy to present these computer-controlled robots, and really thank you to Jennifer, because without her we haven't been getting so far. This is the first time that I teach here and at UCI, and the first time I teach this course. So I haven't advanced so much into the Canvas one, but I just want to show you the idea of this course. As the name says, the first goals of this course, of the objectives, is just to design a robot. But to do that, they need to buy some components, commercial components, compare and choose the right one for them. So we have been dividing the class in modules. So they can take this independently. And the first thing that we need to mention is that in terms of robots and how to connect this to a computer, everything is online. Any makers in the world have done this one. So the difference in our class is we're going to teach them what is behind the scenes. So in our course, it's fair game to use any material online during quizzes, during the exam, during everything, as far as the student knows what they are doing with that code or what are they doing with that material. The first idea is teaching them how's the brain of the robot, how to use the sensors, the power or the motors, and at the end, how to control everything together. And finally, they're going to have a final project class. So Jennifer has mentioned that I should present this part. So we create the three measurable objectives that I present to you. But for each module, we have learning outcomes different for example, you recognize the microcontroller. That's only related to that module one. Or for example, in the control part, it's just implement the analog control. So in this case, we can track the progress of these outcomes. Some of those objectives are going to be shown in different modules. So as expected, the only way to track of this one, it will be through the class. So for that, we create this the planning worksheet, and we divide everything in colors. So the student is going to be easier for the student to track. So everything related with red is going to be about the microcontroller. So the student during the first 2 weeks are going to have classes in my lecture about how's the microcontroller inside. And they're going to have the classes are live and they have access to the PowerPoint slides. But, and at the end of the second class, they're going to have a small quiz that is multiple choice, using on Zoom, on Canvas, sorry. Very easy to get. Open book, whatever they want, but generally it's very easy. The major task for them are going to be in the laboratory, because this is a design course. So in the laboratory, we decide to break the robot in several small components. So every week they're gonna learn one portion. Sorry. So the first one is just the computer, the second one is just a sensor, the third one is just a motor, and so on. By the end of the 7th week, they should be able to assemble their own robot at that point. But it's up to them to form groups. So this kind of last part of the semester is going to be form a group. And the TA is going to have his Zoom meeting with breakout rooms. And each group can have a breakout room and start working on their design during that time. So it's up to them what they're going to accomplish, what is the final goal. And the idea is, for the first couple of weeks, they're paying a fee. So from that fee, we are buying some components that we are going to send them at home, and they're going to build their own computer. But for the second part, that is a group thing, they need to create a budget. They need to go and buy the components and assembly by themselves. So right now, it's training wheels are off, and they can continue working on that one. And of course, because the grading, each module has a grading system for quizzes or even for the laboratory reports. And at the end, they're going to have a final presentation. There's going to be a small grade that is 5% just for homeworks. Small homeworks that are conducive to the final project. But the main core of the class is going to be that final project for them. So if we go back to the class, they can contact us by Zoom, and we have 2 independent Zoom lectures. And as I mentioned before, everything on Google is valuable. They can use it. And in fact, they're going to find more information from Google than from us, from the TA and the advisor. So because that's going to be a an ocean of information, we have set up Piazza in our system. So it's going to be like real makers in the industry. They're going to have chats, and the idea is that themselves, they're going to try to answer those questions that they have. They're going to be more valuable that we try to keep up with the pace of their design at different schedules and different time zones. So that's going to be the course. So please welcome to our course.